It's your boy Paul. Let's get into some mess of the mess real quick, baby. Hold up, hold up. I said I gotta come up here. Hey y'all, what's good? It's your boy Paul. We got a couple of things to get into today. I said happy Saturday. I hope everybody doing good and we have a little goodness of messiness, baby. I said these people out here acting a fool. Boo. But let's get down to it. First up, these are the topics that we're gonna get into a little bit. But let's get into this mess. I said the first person coming up is Donald Trump. I said, and we got the federal treasury up here acting a plump fool, baby. They out here doing some crazy stuff. Hold up, let me get a better shot. There we go. I said, so they out here, the U.S. Treasury, excuse me, just announced a new gold coin featuring Donald Trump. And by federal law, you are prohibited from any living president appearing on currency. I said, now what the hell? I said, what the hell? I said, oh, now y'all just breaking our rules. I said, y'all breaking everything that y'all say this country stands for: liberty, justice for all. Y'all done broke everything. Y'all don't care about nothing. Y'all doing whatever y'all want for this man. And to actually do something like this speaks volumes. And it lets me know that when he say he can do whatever he wants, it's true. And nothing will be done about it. Most likely, yes. When he get out of office, will he be prosecuted for anything? Probably not. There'll be a lot of court dates and stuff like that, but he ain't gonna go to jail. He may get a good talking to by the judge, if that. But this is what's going on, and I think this is just pathetic. And this is proving that this country is. I see. mm, I don't want to say. I see why the rest of the world look at United States like they do. You know, and it's not right that the citizens get punished for the people who are in office who allow certain people to act like this, because the citizens are the ones that get damaged. We the ones who get hurt and everything else if we travel out the country or anywhere. Like, we the one getting the backlash, not y'all. That's just my opinion. Give me how y'all feel about it. But let's move on to the next. Let's get into something else. Let's move on to Auntie Tia, Miss Tia Campy. So this heifer, I always wonder about her. One part I like her, but then so she came for EJ Johnson, and it made me wonder, if she's homophobic. Like, is she homophobic or not? Because I also wondered that a long time ago, as she and how she acts, she kind of gave it away a little bit in her when she be doing her shenanigans and stuff on her own page, and certain things come up, and when she sees certain males doing certain things, she says certain things about it. They shouldn't be acting like that or whatever. But to have her come at him like this, saying, listen, you big back boy, don't ever try and compete with women ever. You ain't even cute. Go play football. I said, what? I said, because she actually did something on her channel where she ended up going in on EJ. And it wasn't cute. It wasn't funny. And I said, I don't understand her at all. I said that homosity, I hope I'm pronouncing that word right, it's just pathetic. And I don't get her most of the time. Definitely when she act like this because it gives me like, she giving me very much homophobic, very much. Yeah, she got some issues when it comes to the LGBTQ plus community. Like certain things she cool with, but then it's other things. I said, but why would you have an issue with this? Why would you have an issue with him and the way he dressed at all? I said, he not trying to compete with no woman, not at all. Don't be mad because you can't pull the dress. You can't pull what he put on. You ain't that tall, you know. And it's just I don't get her, but she gonna do what she gonna do. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this, and let me know in the comment because I really want to know how y'all feel about her. Because I said I like when she be going in on her baby daddy, Rick Ross, and a couple of other people she be getting into, like when her and Tokyo Tony go at it, that's cool. When she be getting these, no good, baby daddies together, it's like, okay, that's fine and dandy. But I said this right here is a whole, it's like, she had kind of showed some clips of this behavior before, if y'all really paid attention to some of her videos and stuff when she be doing certain things. That's just me. I noticed a couple things about her that kind of just like make me pause. But y'all let me know how y'all feel. Let's move on to the next. Let's get into, oh baby, I forgot. I forgot to get all the information on this one, but we're gonna get down to it. So apparently scientists is warning everybody about, the booty eating bacteria. Yes, it is spreading in part of cheeks worldwide. So it's a new bacteria that's going around. They didn't say exactly where it is originating from. They just said that this bacteria it really is coming from mostly bad hygiene. And people need to be very cautious on taking care of themselves. Your hygiene is very important, so you need to make sure that you do that. Because this bacteria will actually eat. It's an eating bacteria that will divide that up, baby. You thought you needed a BBL. You thought you was flat before, baby. I said you gonna really be flat. Cause this don't stop. It's a bacteria. It's really they really trying to be very cautious about it. And you gotta make sure that your hygiene, make sure you taking care of yourself, make sure you are cleaning that body from head to toe correctly. Use some rags, some soap, antibacteria. You know, if you gotta get some sensitive soap, you gotta do what you gotta do. But better hygiene is the main thing to make sure that you don't get this. That's what's going on there. But I gotta move on to the next. Let's get into next up. So the Pussycat Dolls was on the Today Show, the Today Morning Show, and baby Nicole couldn't answer a damn question. She's stuttering. Girlfriend was stuttering when they asked her about why y'all all of a sudden got back together, and it's only three of y'all. What about the other members? Because they ended up speaking about this. Y'all going on this tour. Wait, so the other member, the one with the blonde hair on the left, ended up saving her ass and telling her, we just came back together and everything. And she saved it. So then Nicole wanna speak and say, always, once a pussycat dog, always a pussycat dog. I said, girl, shut it up. I said probably they chose not to do it because they're not getting paid the same amount of money you getting paid. Cause I bet you them two girls ain't getting paid the same amount you is. Um, and they going on a big tour. This tour is crazy. They coming here, they come to Ohio, they come to Cincinnati, and I said, I was excited about it, but I said my girl ain't on there. I said, the black girl ain't there. I said I ain't going to see it. That's who I want to see. I said she not there, and I said I don't want to see them. I said, I want to see my girl. I want to see Lil Kim and Maya, but I said I don't want to see them. I said because I don't really care for Nicole. I said, the group. It was always good with all the girls, but I said I never understood why Nicole sung most of the time because it seemed like every girl can actually sing, but that's the way it went. And so, yeah, Nicole and APR team need to get them together because she shouldn't be stuttering on that question because they're gonna be asked that a lot. Where are the other two? Where are your other three members? Because there's six of them. Where are they? And if she's the lead singer and she cannot answer that, and the other two have to answer it, then yeah. Let me know how you feel. Let's move on to the next. Let's get into some mess. I said so. I always forget this boy name. Um, we're gonna go back, call him by his last name, Ross. So you know about that big fight where Blueface was in, where he lost. So it was something that he put together. And apparently Blueface is not getting paid. Blueface is actually getting fined 100K. Yes, 100K because he didn't broke the contract. He didn't wear something under his shorts. Then he then spoke about the fight, how much they got paid. He didn't broke mostly everything of the contract. So he said that everybody got paid who fought in the boxing match except Blueface. I said, huh? I said, pay that man. I said, at this point, pay that man. Because I said at the end of the day, they came, most likely, majority of the people came to see him, Blueface fight. So um pay that man. Like pay him. At the end of the day, he got knocked out. He got beat up. He got cut on the face. You know, he got his tail whooped. It's like pay him, but you want to fine him. It seemed like y'all fined him, and you fined him 100K for what? For not wearing something under them boxer shorts. I said it's crazy. Boxer shorts, that's a mess. But y'all gonna I I just don't understand it. I hope he do get paid at least a little something. But we'll see. Let's move on to the next. Baby, the last thing I got up and I said, let's get into it. I said, this is a mess. So, let's bring it up. So, okay. So, I forget Lavoie. I can't remember this football player name, how to pronounce it. So, he ended up, because we know my girl Lotto ended up letting us know that she's pregnant, and she got an album coming out called Big Mama. And her baby daddy is 21 Savage. So this football player came out and he actually came for her, saying, I understand how young ladies look up to her. I'm paraphrasing and everything, when, she's having a baby with a married man. I said, hold up. How you coming for her? But I said, what about the married man? Like, you can't just get one person when you're not getting the other. I said, because I said he's married. And I said, then he came out, did a live on got on his social media and stood by what he said. I said, you still attacking just her. You just blaming her when there's two people in this situation. I wish she didn't mess with him at all. But She grown. She can do what she wants. She wanted that. She wanted that married man. You know, that's her business. Now she gonna have to deal with him the rest of her life. Now that's her business. And you just attacking her is crazy. Like you ain't giving him nothing. You giving all her. You coming after her, which makes no sense at this point. Like he get no backlash from you. What I expect. But that's all that's going on, y'all. Thank y'all for tuning in. Like, share, subscribe, join the channel, hit that notification, hit that hype button, and I will get back at y'all later. Bye, y'all. It's your boy Pop.